Hello, and welcome to the Solar Sensei channel. I am your Solar Sensei, here to bring you wonderful tidbits that you didn't know you were going to need and probably won't comprehend until I get to explaining them. So sit back and enjoy. This is going to be... oh man. As a scientist, who wouldn't be intrigued about the manga Kill Sharingan? It just makes sense once you're reading all this information that talks about it. That's from Orochimaru to now Amato. Amato made Rinnegan-esque like eyes for Delta already. Who knows what he really knows? And I don't want to just jump to Amato right now because he's just pissed me off severely. Is it even hard to say that I got in the character for this, just so I can elaborate a little more on how important it is for your motivation to be so right? Everybody else has to be wrong. Everybody else has to be wrong. Nobody's doing the right thing because they want to. It is the divine fate of the movable, right? The people who actually are above this plane with abilities known as shinjutsu and capabilities of combining with these entities known as god trees. Is it hard to say that Orochimaru was doing this kind of research? I mean, even though we call it filler, we call it minuscule in its own aspects, I mean, it does elaborate and widen a lot of view. Very controversial. To know that Amato has created beings right next to Orochimaru, who has created multiple beings, right? We're just gonna count for two. We don't know how many times he's failed, but we know he's perfected cloning in some instance in Shin Uchiha, which is a canon book. We know that this has happened with Sarda in her adventure with her parents and realizing who she is as an... Continuing, right, because I don't want to sit there. Then we got Mitsuki with his realization arc, and then there was a cat in that. Why did Mitsuki learn from the cat about Boruto? It's beyond me, but we're kind of getting a flashback with that too. I don't want to sit there. I want to keep going. I got too many questions I want to present to you guys because I have to eat crow a little bit. I was wrong about how I necessarily felt about Kashin Koji. I wasn't wrong necessarily. He shouldn't be people. That's a fact. Eventually, it's gonna be this guy, Amato. You know what I mean? And then you got him not even being in the fray or foreseeable future of these events, which means Amato never succeeded. Or was Amato at the center? Somewhere near the center? He got handled and backed up quick. Like, what the fuck? What happened? Obviously, Kawaki wouldn't go for it specifically, but we also know that, how can we say, Boruto wouldn't just let him sit there. And if Kawaki's gonna happen, Kawaki's not going for it. Boruto's not gonna let him just sit there and allow this to keep happening either, right? But there's so many flaws built into what happened with Kawaki now. It's kind of too late and inevitable. Orochimaru having this backlog to all of this information, it's literally coming from the experimentations of Danzo, right? With a little assistance from Hiruzen, because at one point in time, in a short period of time, Hiruzen stopped working for Konoha. He was not the Hokage, he was doing his own thing, yet the Anbu Black Ops were helping and doing certain things. Minato would ask for advice, I'm pretty sure, and Danzo was still ahead of the route, so why not have Hiruzen still paying attention to what's going on? I mean, anyways. The problem with that is Danzo was still doing shit behind people's back, and Orochimaru was doing shit behind Danzo's back. I mean, even though Danzo was kind of privy to certain things, I really don't think Danzo was privy to a slurry and plethora of things. Because why does Orochimaru have so many different residences. This is beyond his character archetype and all kind of shit. This is like, this dude is literally everywhere. So much everywhere that we have them now hiding in one of his hideouts in this present story. Well, not hiding anymore. Just not hiding anymore. And that's the thing, bro. Like, this story is taking me everywhere. The fact that 34 and 35 have literally had me sitting on my ass. I am waiting for 36, anticipating where it's trying to lead us narratively. I'm so anxious. Oh my god. And then the gaslighting. There's so much gaslighting that has to go on for some completion to happen, apparently. I don't know what really needs to take place in the story for me to even feel like that's about to happen. I'm really on the edge of my seat. I'm really on the edge of my goddamn seat, because why is Jura gaslighting Hidari? And why does it feel like Hidari knows Jura's gaslighting him? I'm baffled. You should be baffled. I'm feeling some kind of way. You should be feeling some kind of way, because cats. Mitsuki and his realization, if I'm not mistaken, once he came back from leaving, or that happened before he left. With Mitsuki, it happened either after he left or before he left. And then if it was after he left, it happened somewhere around that tuning exam piece, you know what I mean, where they're going to take the second tuning exams and stuff like that. But look, hear me out. Hear me out. What did Mitsuki learn? Mitsuki learned how to let things go. Mitsuki learned how to not be possessive. So, what I'm going to say about Sasuke, specifically about cats, is that Sasuke collected paw prints, if you didn't know. Now, it took me a little more research because I remember that from back then, but I was like, why would he collect paw prints as a fucking asshole? But I mean, like, everybody has a soft spot. Sasuke is collecting paw prints, and why would that be one thing he remembers? Why? Well, because his brother Itachi, which is also the chakra that is inside of Sasuke's head. Let's not forget that. The chakra that Sasuke holds is not only his, but Itachi's. That's how he has the Manga Sharingan. Not only that, he holds the remnants of the Rinne Sharingan's energy inside of him, if any. You know what I mean? Just think of that. Just think of that, dude. A lot of that is enough for us to really sit here and not take it too far beyond our brain cells, you know what I mean? Because then we'd be burning them out and we don't have enough to drink, you know what I'm saying? But in any other case, we should be making sure we pay attention to how Jura is trying to Jura wants to know what it's like to eat a fruit himself, which means he knows once a being devours the fruit, they'll turn into the divine tree and he will still be him. If he's still him, how is he still him even though he is that? And this is where all the stuff we could have been speculating about the whole time. I feel like Jura's like the bottom half of Jura is the bottom half of Ishiki 1.0. The one that got sneak dissed by Kaguya. But see, that's even harder to say because Ishiki would have been here the entire time on the planet while Hagoromo and Hamura were wandering, and he was creating people with this chakra ability, ninshu, right? Things that he called ninshu, right? The Otsutsuki don't view it like that. It is just power. We're going to take it and we are gone. This chakra is now ours to extend our life force and we are leaving. Cool. when you look at it from the scope of why why Jura specifically is forming this idea to eat a damn fruit is because of Code himself. Now, I already felt like Code, while reading, Code went back to the dimension, and that's who Ada saw when she was watching them. That's going to be speculated. I hope that's true. My next main thing is, while I am watching Hidari this entire time watch the people he is supposed to be fighting, he is supposed to be literally against, why not? Why? Because now I understand. I've died once, and now I might have gained. I don't know if I'm still me necessarily, but I know that I'm responding to this name right now. It's kind of hard to say, because when Itachi took himself out of reanimation jutsu with Koto Matsukami, I was still kind of like, that was his plan the whole time, but how does that even work? What is Jura going to do when something that occurs is something that he cannot account for? What is he going to do? How is he going to feel? And is betrayal going to be on the list? Like, is finding your own way always going to be on the list? And how does this even... How does this push Jura to becoming either docile or exuberant? Amato is a studier of Jashin. Or who is Jashin and what is Jashin? How is Amato able to use not only the triangle ability to transfer souls, which means the triangle is the transferring or the connecting of souls. He made it technological, as in he was able to contain that chakra essence of that being and put it in another being, which was damn near already the karma seal. Okay, now, I don't want to keep digging too deep, because when we on here too long, you might not watch it. Oh, fucking well. Any other case, I'm trying to make sure that I elaborate a little more. If we go back to, like I said, Orochimaru, all that had to have been happening around the same time. They had to have been in the same ring. All this stuff had to have been occurring. Even when Orochimaru saw the divine tree, he was like, oh, these fools don't even know what they're meddling with. And then I'm sure it's like, Orochimaru would have been done his research by now. You know what I mean? This kid is in here trying to fight for his friend, and they're fighting a being who's not even complete himself, which is made of iron. And if I go into fucking... Oh my gosh, man. What's his name? Okay, I looked it up. It was deeper. I want to make sure that when I go back and look at Naruto Shippuden, that I can predict that what's going on in Boruto Naruto Next Generation is what's occurring now, what was set up to occur now in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. I kind of like the feel of it, but it makes me anxious, because it's like, what kind of turn can it take next? And now that we're in like prescience, future time telling, why would the person who has all the control of said power not go back in time to make it his way? Why would Amato not go back in time to make it his way? He has all the power to make it go back in his way. The problem is, I think, is the collectability. He is the Cell. He is Cell. When Kawaki is Cell. But Amato can take all the powers. He can basically download them into a file and put them in a cabbie, and next thing you know, the karma seal is the thing that awakens her, and not necessarily proves that she's an Otsutsuki, but because she has the karma seal, she's gonna be Otsutsuki. Kawaki's gonna have to kill her. It's kind of hectic in here. I need a cup of water, not a cup of coffee and a cigarette. Fuck. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and see beautiful guys on the battlefield. They've made a well rooted track back to how we should view the story from the Boruto Naruto Next Generation all the way up to now, and we should be reviewing some of the lore from the back in the past. Like, it makes so much sense. It's really great. I love it.